Hello, welcome to another episode of Eloquence podcast session. We are here to explore the cutting-edge advancements in the AI and language technologies. Today, we are joined by Dr. Giuseppe Caggianese. Am I right?
It's Caggianese, but it's okay.
Caggianese, yes. And he's a research scientist at the National Research Council of Italy and the leader of Work Package 5 in the Eloquence project. Dr. Giuseppe brings extensive expertise in human-computer interaction, adaptive interfaces, and AI usability. With over 45 scientific publications, his research spans multiple fields, from healthcare and cultural heritage to manufacturing and augmented reality. His work also focuses on how humans interact with the AI systems and how we can design intelligent, user-centric interfaces that enhance accessibility and efficiency. In this episode, we will dive into the piloting phase of Eloquence, the challenges, and the breakthroughs in testing AI-driven language technologies. So let's get started. Hello, Giuseppe. How are you today?
Good, very good. Thank you.
Okay, we are going to start with the questions. So, as I announced, you're a research scientist at the National Research Council of Italy, and also you're leading the Work Package 5 in the Eloquence project. Can you share a bit about your journey into AI and human-computer interaction, and also what inspired you at the first to explore this field?
Okay, thank you, Nevena. First of all, I want to say hi to the listeners of this podcast, and I would also like to express my gratitude to you, Nevena, for organizing this. Really, thank you. About your question, as you said, I have been working in the field of human-computer interaction for more than 10 years right now, but my career really started with artificial intelligence. During my PhD, I worked with AI and GPU parallel computation to perform parallel execution of pathfinding algorithms for a high number of agents. This means giving them the possibility of searching for the shortest route between 2 points and automatically move in an environment unknown to them. I used these approaches to simulate agent behaviors in different domains, and I have to say that the most fun was for me was applying this solution to video games.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the simulation of this behavior for the agent brought me closer to the virtual and augmented reality, which consequently drove my attention to exploring how users interact with technology and analyzing the effects these technologies have on users' behavior. An aspect that fascinated me is the variability of people's interactions with technology. As a developer, you design an interface with specific interaction path to accomplish a task. However, when you observe real users, you often find that they prefer to complete the same task using a different method, a different path, clicking different buttons. And I'm saying this because this highlights the importance of thinking about the final users and the importance of involving them in the design process. Recently, the rapid spread of AI approaches, generative AI, and so on, inspired my research in the human-computer interaction field. And I started to wonder how we can take advantage of AI techniques to improve the user's experience and
Mm-hmm.
optimize the AI itself. Um, Artificial intelligence enables the design of multimodal mechanisms of interaction and also the realization of, for instance, biofeedback-powered virtual environments. So it is possible now design and experiment with intelligent virtual and augmented reality environments and also advanced interfaces for human-machine interaction. And most important, those interfaces can be modeled for specific uses, so scenarios, something like this, but also it is possible to personalize, to customize the interface for the specific user's needs.
Mm-hmm. Thank
This
you.
is, yeah.
And regarding that, the scenarios and specific users' needs that connect us to the eloquence. And as you're the leader of one work package that is uh, creating pilots and developing pilots, what does piloting means in that context of eloquence? And how do you approach testing and validation of AI-driven technologies?
Okay, piloting in a project means implementing the technology developed in that project. Uh, and this means implementing the different tools, the components that has been realized in a common solution to showcase and validate them. In the context of the Eloquence project, we will implement the technologies realized in 4 different pilots, covering different scenarios, such as smart home and social scenarios, and safety-critical contact center scenarios. Moreover, the Eloquence pilots will be implemented in 4 different languages,
Mhm.
respectively Spanish, Italian, Greek, and Serbian, in addition, of course, to the English language. So this is also very interesting. About the methodology, uh, we are using we place at the center of our methodology the users and their needs. We planned an iterative process to assess the feasibility and applicability of these technologies and evaluating their efficacy
Mhm.
in improving the user experience. At the same time, we plan to collect information from the users to produce feedback to optimize the AI components realized in the project. So it's how we use the AI and how we can improve the AI itself. Uh, the aim is that consecutive interaction will drive the solution to perform better in the different scenario explored by the pilots.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay. And we can say that these are the official and key objectives of the pilots, and that they are contributing to the broader success of the project, collecting feedbacks and developing further pilots. Implementing AI in real world environments comes with many challenges, as you know, and as you experienced. What are some of the biggest hurdles you have encountered while piloting eloquence technologies? Have there been any unexpected insights so far or lessons you learned during this process?
Okay, for the first part of your question, working with AI technologies that massively involve humans and that can also influence their daily choices require us to be very careful and meticulous in the testing and validation stages. Of course, this becomes even more important when these technologies are new in the sense that they can be probably too immature to be made available to the public without some form of control or warning. The Eloquence project aimed to respond to these challenges by producing technology aware of ethical and social requirements that will be able to support the user in the right way, considering the context of the conversation mitigating the hallucination and biased answers, and producing more trustworthy outputs.
Mm-hmm.
This means that the main concerns are related to how technology will consider users' needs and how technology utilizes users' information. Also, how users interacts with the technology. This is the reason why in the piloting activities, we initially focused on the definition of the evaluation criteria and the methodology to assess the feasibility, usability, and potential impact of the eloquence in the different scenarios. Another important challenge that we are facing in the project is related to the potential biases that are present in the actual AI models. In the piloting activities, we are trying to facing this challenge, especially in one of the pilots, where we aim to assess the eloquence technology in social scenarios,
Mm-hmm.
focusing on the agent's ability to handle dialogues in a socially appropriate and, most important, bias-free manner. The pilot is realizing a conversational agent which is able to provide advice to users about university career opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
The choice of this use case is motivated by the recognition that factors such as culture, gender, religion, ethnicity can influence biases in the responses generated by the agent. And the goal is to uncover existing biases in the underlying language model and provide information to have some sort of bias mitigation approach.
Mm-hmm.
You asked me also about the unexpected insight or
Yeah.
lessons learned. Surely, I can recognize that the significance of human-in-the-loop validation. Of course, this is not something really unexpected. We know that is important, but it's important to highlight that human input is essential for ensuring the accuracy and the reliability of an AI system. Another aspect related to this is the gathering of users' feedback to suddenly identify usability issues and area for improvement.
Mm-hmm.
Another aspect is related to the cross-cultural and the multilingual collaboration among the partners. That is providing a valuable insight into the creation of AI systems that can be more culturally sensitive and inclusive.
Yeah, I agree. And our consortium is gathered with a lots of different partners from different countries with different cultural backgrounds and ethics and etc. But we are doing great, I think. So
I
your
think so.
research, yeah, your research focuses on the human factors in the AI interactions, as you said, for adaptive interfaces and usability. How do these aspects come into play with the eloquence pilots? And why it is important to design AI systems that are tailored to user needs, particularly in the context of language technologies?
Okay, the Eloquence project's pilots present a rich and compelling field of study for all the different aspects you mentioned in the question, and that are also the focus of my research activities. For instance, in relation to the human factors involved in AI interaction. During the Eloquence project, it will be possible to study if the safety critical context in the safety critical context how humans interact with the AI under stress by exploring how factors like cognitive load, emotional state, and trust influence the user behavior when interacting with these systems. Meanwhile, in the social scenario, it will be crucial to examine how cultural and linguistic differences impact AI interaction. This, for instance, involves studying how to design culturally sensitive interfaces that avoid misinterpretations and biases, and how to mitigate bias in AI models so that they are fair to all users. Then, if we consider also the aspect related to the adaptive interface, in the pilot implementation and testing, it will be it will be studied the ability of the AI to understand and adapt to the context of the interaction through techniques able to accurately interpret user intent and design interfaces that can provide relevant and timely information based on the evolving situation. Finally, in relation to the usability, my research emphasizes a user-centered design approach involving user testing and feedback through the development process. This includes conducting usability studies to evaluate the effectiveness and efficiency of the AI interfaces, gathering users' feedback to identify areas for improvement, and of course also refinement, and assuring that the AI systems are easy to learn, use, and understand, even for users with limited technical expertise. In a sense, I believe that considering these aspects will aim to ensure that eloquence solution will not all be technical advanced, but also be to enhance human capabilities.
Thank you.
About
Go ahead,
about
please.
the second part of your question. It was about the important to design
Design to AI systems.
Yeah. I believe it's really important that tailoring an AI system to the user's need is really important for several critical reasons. The languages, for instance, languages is inherently personal. So tailoring artificial intelligence to individual linguistic preferences and communication styles, and allowing users to interact with AI in their native language can lead to a more positive and engaging user experience, increasing user satisfaction and trust, and ensuring also effective communication among them. Then, if an AI system is able to understand users' needs, it will be probably allowed to minimize the effort required for users to interact. This means that the cognitive load to interact with the system will be reduced. Finally, as I would like just to mention that a tailored system, artificial intelligence system that is tailored on diverse users group and languages will help to mitigate biases and also ensure fairness. This is what I think is important.
I agree. And listening to other speakers from this podcast, they were mentioning the same. So I think that's the conclusion. And
Yeah.
looking ahead, where do you see AI piloting and human-computer interaction evolving in the next decade? And are there emerging trends or technological advancements that particularly excites you? Maybe.
Um, um, this is a tough question. I mean, by the way, I believe that nowadays the integration of artificial intelligence with modern human-computer interaction technologies also exploiting tools like augmented reality, virtual reality, offers very new opportunities for innovation in shaping the future of interaction. AI-driven personalization, adaptive system, generative AI, and multimodal interaction are changing how we design interfaces and how users interact with machines, and are becoming standards allowing for more natural and intuitive interactions. As emerging trend, I see that the focus is moving from AI as a standalone tool to
Mhm.
AI as a collaborative partner. So
Mhm.
human AI teams, we will have something like this. And uh, in a collaboration with AI that in some way is able to augment the human capabilities and assisting in complex tasks. This, of course, requires designing AI system that can effectively communicate and collaborate with humans, understanding their strengths and
Mhm.
weakness.
Yeah.
Of course, in this that is becoming a new paradigm, the concerns about biases and transparency, together with also the ethical aspects that are very important, will become essential. We need to take care about this kind of aspects. Um, this means that those systems needs to improve in explaining their decision-making process and building trust and accountability. This is something important to
To emphasize, yeah.
yeah, to emphasize to
Yeah, I
search.
agree. And what advice, as you're a senior, would you give? Just kidding, but in the research and in the science, you have a lot of experience. What advice would you give to young researchers looking to make an impact in AI testing and usability studies?
Okay, for sure, understanding how humans think, perceive, and interact with technology is crucial, is important, and most of the time, this requires different skills that go beyond the computer science. So, my very simple advice is to seek out opportunities to collaborate with researchers from different disciplines. And this is important. This is also what we are doing in the Eloquence project. The interdisciplinary collaboration, in my opinion, represent a real added value to do well in this area.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. And we have a few really short questions, personal. What's your
Okay.
favorite AI-related innovation right now?
Of course, I have to say, but it's real, the generative AI. At the risk of being repetitive, I believe that this kind of tools will allow soon us to change the rule of the game in some way. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Considering also a context different from the text generation, something on which researchers are working on right now is the possibility to leverage generative tools to produce, for instance, dynamic 3D environments, which can incorporate users' wishes and allow them, for instance, to relive past memories or sensations. This is something that is very fascinating
Mm-hmm.
to me.
Okay. And choose between virtual reality or augmented reality. What excites you more?
Oh, here my answer is extended reality, which means
Uh-huh.
both of them.
Uh-huh.
Because
Okay.
extended reality is a common umbrella that includes technology as augmented reality, mixed reality, and virtual reality, and give users the possibility to be immersed in different combination and mixing of physical worlds and synthetic environments. So this means, briefly, less constraints and a wider range of technology that can be deployed.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand. And if you weren't in AI, what other field would you be in?
Uh, this is really hard to answer um, because artificial intelligence, in all its facets, is pretty much everywhere. I mean, it would be very difficult today stay out of it. And I have also to say that right now it's impossible to give up with AI. Now that we are beginning to understand what is the real potential of AI in human-computer interaction, but in all the different disciplines. So I believe, I don't know, without AI, it's
Yeah,
very
we can't
complicated.
really imagine the world without AI anymore.
Yeah, now no, it's not easy to imagine something without this kind of tools.
Yeah, of course. And for final thoughts, thank you for sharing your insights on piloting AI solutions and eloquence and for sharing your experience in work. Before we wrap up, is there anything else you'd like to add about your work or final thoughts for our listeners?
Not much. I just want to thanks the listener for taking some of their time to listen to this podcast. And again, many thanks to you, Navena, for making it possible.
Oh, thank
Um,
you.
I hope that this brief conversation helps to raise curiosity in listeners with respect to the Eloquence project activities and goal. We are doing our best, and as you said also before, I think we are doing a good job. And that's it. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you once again. And thank you to all the listeners on the YouTube we have. So bye.
Bye bye.